G'day guys, this is your favourite Aussie poker fish, Cam Bolts. Word of the year, Party Poker. Today I'm going to open up the Party Poker client and show you guys what it's like to multi-table on their site. Going to show you what the players are like on the site, and hopefully we can get knee deep in some hand analyses as well. So why don't we kick off the session with a few games of 200 no limit, with a mix and match of 6 max games and also some full ring games. Alright, let's get this session kicked off. So I'm sitting on 2 6 max tables and 2 full ring tables. This heads up table on the bottom right probably won't last too long. I'm sure the table will fill. The top left table I've just posted just to kick off this video a lot quicker, so we can see some action straight away. This guy here, Darkstar, it kind of is like when people just post out of position when they first start. A lot of players will just try and steal their blind, which is the reason why I am 3-betting him with ace-2 offsuit. I mean, I have some blockers with my ace, but I think re-stealing his steal from early position is going to work a hell of a lot of the time. They just give you credit because they probably don't think, why would this guy bluff me his first hand? Take that one down. My HUD has just come up. Hopefully you guys can see that. I just use some basic stats. Most of the time I just use the VPIP, PFR, and I check my blind fold stats, 3-bet fold stats, all the usual sort of stuff. Top right table, we've got one short stacking reg on the right, Alabakar, I think his name is, and we have a big fish, Tim. So I'll be trying to stack him throughout this session and putting a lot of aggression towards him. Top left table seems really good now. We've got a few fish at the moment. See, Party Poker's always seems to just have lots of recreational players, which is why I love the site. Ace King opened early position versus Darkstar, who I've already 3-bet already on my first hand, and just note that out of 225 hands he hasn't called once in his small blind. I think maybe he just doesn't want to give up a small ace, like an ace-3, ace-4, ace-5, ace-2 maybe, his mid pairs, and maybe he's got a club draw of some description. So up to overbet the pot slightly, just to fold out a lot of those hands that we just talked about, or even if he did have a 10, make his life really tough by letting him know that we want to play for stacks. On the top right table, I'm just building this pot for value against this fish, so I'm just going to bet and then just keep betting. Ace is most likely a scare card for him. I'll know right now if he had like a queen king and made it straight, he'd going to raise obviously, but I still got outs. And sometimes the bad players, they don't opt to raise a lot of the times, and they slow play their hands, and then just gives us a chance to catch back up again. Queen Jack, I decided to give up on the flop against this regular. I don't really think he would believe me for an ace a lot of the times, and I'd have to fire multiple bullets. I think the key for Party Poker is really you have to figure out who are the players you need to stay away from and who are the players that you can exploit. There's a lot of good players on Party Poker, but at the same time it has equal amount of recreational players that just jump on just to dabble in some games on maybe like a Friday night or something like that. Top left table, the villain who opened is one of those recreational players that I love to try and get in pots with. 8-9 suited is not the best hand to flat out a position, but I can always make cases for players that I think just on to have fun. Sometimes any two cards is good versus them. Now I turn to open and straight draw, and my plan is to bet the turn, bet the river big, knowing that they can probably have like ace queen, maybe an ace king type hand that didn't want to bet the flop and have picked up a gutter, and so a lot of bad cards on the river I'm just going to be bombing, knowing that they're going to miss a lot of the times. That time I just picked it up with no troubles at all. Ace 3 suited on the button. It's an easy open. Plays well post flop in position, and we've got a couple of easy plays in the blinds. The big blind is really laggy, sort of short stacking recreational player. It's kind of the spot where we're just guessing whether we want to get it all in or not, and I think we want to wait for something a little bit better versus him. King bottom right. I'm just going to play this one straightforward. The first three better, he plays straightforward as well, so I'm just hoping that he has a pocket queens, maybe an ace king, even though I've got two blockers, and hoping we can get it in. I don't see him folding queens, although it could be considered a very easy fold considering under the gun opens and under the gun got 3-bet, and then I just 4-bet out of the small blind. It looks really strong. I also wanted to build a big pot for the opener. We never know what the crazy recreational players are thinking, and ace jack could be the nuts.